And I want you to think about like being a business owner. And we touched on some of these ideas, but when you think of, a business owner versus an employee of a business you own, like what's the difference between the two? We've heard this idea of working on the business rather than in the business. But what does that actually mean? Like when I think of, if you're an employee of a business you own, you are effectively swapping time for money by being involved in the delivery of your product or service. That's what I mean by an employee. It's a time for money situation because you're not working on things that have a lasting impact. You're not working on the machine. You're not working on the system. Now, compare that to what I think a business owner should be doing. Business owner, as much as possible, needs to focus on this idea of building a system that delivers the product or the service to be able to create this consistent result. And I can see Chris has typed in there that the business owner has proven systems that get the expected results and creates repeat clients, which is spot on. That we need to create that. Now, does that mean that we have to do all of the documentation? No. But as the business owner, we have to lead that to happen. So we have to find out who in the team has the knowledge. We have to think about who could do the documentation if we need to find that person. We have to think about how we're going to empower that team. That, as much as the business owner can work on those tasks and not get trapped in the day-to-day, yes, depending on where your business is at the start, you have to be involved in the doing of the work. When you start out and you're a solopreneur, that's where you get started. But at some point, you must start doing business owner work, or you will forever be doing employee work. Now, you do need to do a little bit of both when you're getting it off the ground. But that's, again, that's a big part of why I developed SYSTEMology. It's a bridge designed to go, how do we at least keep you focused? What's a roadmap? Where do you focus? How do we stop you falling into old habits? How do you avoid those common mistakes of thinking, my business is too complex or there's too many systems? How do we keep you on track? SYSTEMology, following the bouncing ball, going through the 7 steps. That's what SYSTEMology is here to do. So one thing I might get you to do, and we'll type this into the chat, I kind of want to release some of that stress on you thinking that you're going to have to do everything. If you go to systemology.com/TRS, and you can do it right now. So open it up in another window. It's a super easy quiz. It won't take you more than 3 minutes. Have a go at it now. Start answering the questions. And I want to find out, is it your job to be doing the documentation? But because I know we've got a lot of business owners here, but we also have operations managers and we also have team members. So if you do this quick quiz, you're going to find at the end of it, it's going to say, hey, you are a leader, you are a manager, you are a systems champion. And if you just work through that quiz right now, and then maybe once the results page come up, post it back in the chat so we can kind of get a little bit of a feeling on who you are, and it'll give you some ideas. It'll say, you're a leader or you're a manager with low capacity. So if you're a manager with low capacity, you're probably not the best person to be doing the documentation, because a big part of getting the documentation down in the systems is you have to have space to do it. And if, they're always important, but never urgent. If you have low capacity, you're never going to get around to documenting it. So part of really driving and getting the systems down is also having capacity. So how are you guys going as you type that in? There you go. You got some leader traits. So a couple of leaders here. Leader, manager. Good. Okay, so there's a good mix. Gives me a little bit of an idea, because oftentimes the business owner is the leader, and then the manager is oftentimes the operations person. There you go. There's a champion in there as well. So sometimes a systems champion is someone who resonates with the idea of systems, and they could be the great person to really help with some of the extractions, doing some of the documentation or overseeing that. There you go. So hubby's the leader, which is cool. We've got some managers, perfect. Some champions as well. So good mix. I think part of this is just recognizing who you are so that you understand which piece you play in this game. Like, there are certain bits that you're going to be stronger at, and you need to lean into what's strong for you. I know, I always find it funny to say it out loud in front of a group. I don't really like documenting systems. I've written a book on documentation and building a systems-driven business, but I don't really like documenting systems. And that's okay, because I understand where I fit in the equation and what I need to bring to the team and what role I need to play. And if you're the business owner, your primary aim here is you need to build the business or lead the business to the point at which it can deliver the core product or service without key person dependency.